Hey everyone, and welcome to our Q&A presented by Just Love. I'm your host Paula Jane, and I'm talking to Judy Carroll. Judy is an internationally known author. Her books include The Zeta Message, Human by Day, Zeta by Night, and her most recent book, Extraterrestrial Presence on Earth, Lessons in History. Welcome, Judy.
Hi Paula, hi and welcome everyone.
Well, in this episode, we'd like to speak a little more about our climate change message from Mars. When he channeled the message on climate change and global warming through to us some weeks ago, there were no bushfires in Australia. However, by the time the episodes were recorded and ready to be uploaded, the bushfires were in full flight. So we just want to add a few more comments here. So Judy, Mars drew our attention to how our planet is out of balance, and the predominant message in all of our episodes has been to choose love over fear. This can only be achieved by moving to a softer, more loving energy, and life will certainly assist in showing us how to do that. I think the bushfires are doing just that, because even though there is indescribable heartache and unthinkable damage and consequences, and my heart goes out to everyone affected, there is also overwhelming compassion, caring and connection, which is what the planetary shift is all about. We are moving from a society that is selfish and fear-based to a society that is based on unconditional love. And I believe that we are seeing this reflected in how the whole bushfire disaster is playing out.
Oh yes, Paula, for sure. Mars, Horus and the other tall grey and mantled teachers we work with often remind us that in the greater reality there are no accidents. Even in the most seemingly tragic circumstances, there's always a glimmer of positivity, enabling healing, learning and balance to take place. Looking purely from the polarity energy perspective, most of you are aware of the yin-yang symbol, with this little spot of white, which represents yang in the black yin half, and the little spot of yin, black, in the white yang section. This is symbolic of the fact that you cannot have one polarity without a little of the other to complement and balance it. The Greys, Mantids and other ET cultures who work with and deeply understand energy always perceive the bigger picture. The bigger picture that is played out here is an amazing outpouring of unconditional love from the whole of humanity to the people of Australia. It's no coincidence that this has happened in the run-up to the global meditation to assist the changes to be brought about by the Saturn-Pluto conjunction and the awakening and activation of the Rainbow Serpent ley line that has its source here in Australia. This message was extremely successful. Meditation was extremely successful, by the way. A message came through from our Pleiadian friends to confirm this, which we've put up on Facebook.
Yeah, that's great. And something else that I see playing out as a result of the bushfires is that people are asking questions like, how may I serve? What can I do to help? And this is exactly what the planetary shift is all about. We will all, as a planetary community, ask these questions. How can I be of assistance? What is it that you need me to do? As opposed to, what's in this for me? And once we've evolved to that level, it won't be as the result of a disaster. We won't be asking these questions as a result of a disaster. The age that we're moving into looks within rather than without. So there'll be a critical point where we'll just naturally be more connected, concerned, caring and compassionate about those around us, rather than being so self-absorbed and so concerned about keeping up with the Joneses.
Yes, exactly. And this is what higher planetary cultures are all about, service to others. Some researchers down here have made claims about the Greys being a hive-like culture with no free will, and some even push the fear agenda up another notch by proposing that they intend to take over Earth and impose this state upon humanity. Wake up, people. Humanity is controlled and brainwashed right now, and has been for millennia by your own planetary authorities. The genuine ETs are coming here now to try to free you from this. The Grey culture and other higher off-planet cultures operate not through free will, but rather through God's will. Free will on Earth too often expresses through self-centred ego and concern for me, and never mind about anybody else. In higher planetary cultures, everything done on an individual basis always takes others into consideration. Nobody ever acts solely for self. Every act is aimed at the betterment and concern for the culture as a whole. This is God's will in action and is being beautifully demonstrated through the worldwide compassion towards all the victims of the bushfires, both humans and animals. This worldwide wave of unconditional love and compassion being directed to us here in Australia is helping to lift the whole planet to a higher energy frequency. Again, as mentioned earlier, this is no coincidence with the planetary conjunction and Earth energy awakening happening right now.
Yeah, so even though it looks very much like something out of the book of Revelations, with the sky turning red and darkness enveloping places in the middle of the day, it's our opportunity again to choose love. Life is giving us an opportunity to choose love through a major disaster. It's the whole feather brick truck scenario playing out. Unfortunately and fortunately, we are at a time when we are being hit by a truck, but it can be turned around with love.
Yes, because it's providing a wonderful opportunity for service to others, and all such acts of service have the effect of raising the energy frequency of humanity, which is what evolution in the human kingdom is all about. It all assists the shift from fourth to fifth world consciousness that is happening right now. And it is all happening right now as a Saturn-Pluto conjunction, which in turn is the catalyst for the activation of Uluru and Kata Tjuta here in Australia, which together form the solar plexus chakra of the planet. Yeah. This activation and awakening of the rainbow serpent ley line, which exits Uluru and travels right around the planet, will bring renewed life force energy to the whole of Earth and will greatly assist the planetary shift. The fires themselves have actually provided a lot of spiritual cleansing to strengthen the effect of this momentous event.
Yeah. So in sending so much light and love to all of the people who are affected by the bushfires, we also need to keep in mind all of the livestock affected and all of the wildlife. So sending love and light to everyone and every creature everywhere.
Oh yes, for sure. Whenever a major event like this occurs involving loss of life, there are two important points that people need to understand. Firstly, reincarnation is a fact. Death is not the huge ending and tragedy that people have been led to believe. It's simply a portal, a transition to a higher energy frequency, and is the natural path of evolution. Both humans and animals have the chance to be reborn to another physical life if they so wish. The other point is, when such a major event occurs, the off-planet people step in to help. I personally have conscious memories of doing this during the 9/11 event in America back in 2001, of giving healing and comfort to the living, but more especially to the dead and dying. Nobody was left to die alone in pain and uncomforted. Even those who were deeply trapped under all the rubble and unable to be reached by the human rescue workers, they were all given help. On this latest fire event in Australia, a message was shared to our Facebook page of a huge ship hovering over the sites of the fires. Members of the ET crew were observed cuddling koalas, and kangaroos were hopping around on board. So no, the wildlife hasn't been forgotten. They're being taken care of and given comfort and healing. The other positive point is that the loss of so much of our unique wildlife has raised the awareness of the authorities to do much more in future to protect them and their habitats. The greys also have saved huge banks of DNA from all creatures on Earth, so no life form can ever be lost completely.
Oh, that's beautiful. I still have a vision of the kangaroos hopping around on board. Okay, thanks, Judy, and hopefully these words will help in the healing process in the aftermath of the fires. Rains have now fallen in some of the worst affected areas, and we would like to give a huge thank you to all of the people of Earth who have sent their prayers, love and healing to us at this time of need. God bless you all. Judy's books are available through Amazon and Kindle, or you can go directly through Judy's website, which is included in the link below. If you like this video, please share it with your friends and subscribe to this channel. We look forward to meeting up in our next Q&A session. Bye for now.